1 out of 90 males in this country is born with autism right now. 1 out of 150 women are born with autism right now. And the wave of disabled students coming through our school system now, coming to me at North Shore in Pat, Salem State, and we have to give them hope. And that's exactly what John did for the last 2 years. It's my distinct privilege to introduce, I would say, the new Congressman for 7th term, John Tierney of Salem.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Wayne, for the introduction and for inviting me here to breakfast this morning. I just stayed up. So probably most of you did as well. But Wayne, I should mention, he's too modest to mention, but that program that we were able to put into the bill for autism and other disabilities on that, Wayne stepped forward when we asked him to have North Shore Community College be one of the pilot programs and work on that program, and he always did, he answered the call. And our community colleges do so much. We sometimes don't realize all that we ask them to do, besides providing a 2-year education certificate and getting them on to places like Salem State. They're doing job training, they're doing special programs, the list goes on and on. So thank you, Wayne. Thank you for the work that you do there. And thank all of you for inviting me here to speak to you this morning. I'm glad that Wayne introduced members of my staff that are here. They do the heavy lifting day in and day out, and I'm privileged to have them as partners in the job that we do. I want to acknowledge all the folks at the head table here, and pleased to be with them. John Tierney, congratulations on a landslide victory last night over that guy, whatever his name was. Mary Grant, the same thing. I know she had a real tough race out there, but deservedly so. They do great work up there, and we appreciate having them as partners as well. There's probably a lot of things we can talk about this morning. I don't have a slide presentation. Somebody snuck that picture up there. But we're talking a little bit about the election, I suspect, and a little bit about where we're going. I think there's great promise on this. I don't know if you voted for John McCain or if you voted for Barack Obama or Ralph Nader. This is what you voted for on that. But I thought that John McCain's remarks last night, that if that were the John McCain that showed up from the beginning, he would have been an entirely different race. But that he showed up at the end and said what he said in the way that he said it, I think gives us all great hope. That we're getting back to what the politics were when many of us grew up. That you can have a race and you can have a serious contest, an exchange of ideas, but in the end everybody pulled together and decided we're one nation and we have to go forward. That's what I heard John McCain say last night, and that's what I heard Barack Obama welcome. And I think we're all better off if we really move in that direction. So I think that gives us great hope. The other part of it is, I don't need to get sentimental because but I hate the cynicism that's out there that so many people have bought into. I think this victory last night gives us the chance to move beyond cynicism. To recognize, like every business might have somebody that falters, if government service has somebody that falters, we have to weed those people out and move on, but there are a lot of good people who dedicate their life to public service. We want to make sure that we pick the best ones and move forward with them. Now we have the chance to do that. I think we're going to find that kind of leadership with Barack Obama. I think he's going to have that leadership and that idea permeate down through Congress. And if people want to work together and want to cooperate, I know Nancy Pelosi has long spoken about operating the House in a way of cooperation. You can remember back when Tip O'Neill was the Speaker, Michael, you remember this much better than I would, and Bob Michaels was the minority leader. And the story is that every morning Tip O'Neill would have breakfast with Bob Michaels and say, Bob, this is what we're going to do today. We're going to do these things. And what would you like? Bob Michaels, I'd like the 5 items. If it gets serious, we're a majority, pick 2. But the idea was there was something on the table to move the country forward together. And what we've seen over the last 8 years, maybe longer on that, is that I can get a narrow majority of 1 vote, so that's where we're going. We're going to take this ideology and drive it. If you don't come along, we'll do it ourselves. That may get you for a short period of time where that small, narrow group wants to go, but it doesn't bring the country along. So I'm looking forward to an opportunity to move beyond that and make sure, I think we're going to be more progressive than we've been, certainly. That's why we worked so hard to get the majority that we got last night to get Barack Obama. But we're going to do it in a way, hopefully, that brings everybody along and there's something for everybody in this country to be proud of. Move forward. The green jobs is one area. We shouldn't have a political denomination beside it. This is something we all have bought into now, and so that's a great way for us to move forward together. But, we've got some serious business on that. One thing, well, we've got all this optimism going, and we should. We've got some serious work. There are still many days left in this lame duck session. And we still have President Bush with us until January 20th on that. So the question is going to be, is he going to cooperate or is he going to be stubborn? And that will change a lot of what we're able to do between now and January 20th. We face really serious challenges just by their very nature that can't resolved overnight. So we're going to have patience as we work through that. I thought that Barack Obama's speech last night really hit the moment and presented it well, but he very clearly said, you know, give me some time.